thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. Today I want to talk about a really cool topic that I've been thinking about, and that's how minimalism can affect your decision making, which eventually affects your life. So this weekend we went camping and we had a lot of fun, and one of my friends asked me sort of a loaded question, which is, what is the single most important thing that you do that you feel like really makes a positive difference in your life? And when I thought about it, I realized that it was minimalism. The practice or philosophy of minimalism, which is to keep what adds value and to remove everything else that doesn't add value, has really added the most value to my life in a moment-to-moment basis. And I want to explain why this is and how it is that I practice this. We talked about the areas of minimalism outside of materialism, and you can check that video out right here. But if you want to simplify this form and really have it be the most impactful, basically what the video is saying is practice this in all areas of your life on a moment-to-moment basis. And what I told my friend is that it's not about waking up in the morning and assessing how you want the day to go. It's not about a monthly thing that you check into and make sure you're on track. It's really every single moment. And some moments you don't make the right choice, and other moments you react before you can even ponder the question. But at the end of the day, if you have it on your mind every single moment, it's going to change the way that you behave, interpret, and conduct your life. And it really changes very fast. So I'm going to give you an example. The example might be that my friend chooses to pick up a rock and throw it at the back of my head. At that moment, before I choose to respond, before what even translates in my mind, I have the ability to ask myself, what can I do right now that's going to add the most value in my life at this given moment? I can turn around, I could throw a rock back, I could turn around and say, hey, what's up with that, and get upset. I can turn around and ask, what was that about? And just assume that it was an accident. I could shrug and say, oh, somebody must have accidentally did it, or rocks might be falling from the sky, and continue on with my day. Either way, I have a choice. And in every moment, whether it's choosing what to eat, choosing what to wear, choosing what I say, how to feel, how I want to respond, and how I interact with people, we have a million different choices every single day. Every single moment we have a choice. My friend asked me what I felt like was a really crucial question, which was, well, sometimes you don't make the right choice. And that's true. Sometimes you make a choice and it's not exactly the thing that you feel like adds the most value. But then the cool thing is, at that moment that choice results, you have another choice, which is how you're going to choose to respond to that. Other times you might just react right away and you might be like, hey, what the heck? Like, you threw a rock at my head. That's not cool. And you have a choice now to say, oh wow, this doesn't feel good, this feels really bad, or now this person's upset at me, and what can I do right now to add the most value going forward? And that might be the choice to apologize. That might be the choice to cool off and take a walk and say, I just need a break because I can't function in a positive way and I just need to have some space. So there's all different kinds of choices that we can make, and if you stop as often as possible throughout your day and ask yourself, what adds value to my life, you not only begin to move forward in a positive direction, but you start to build what I call a solid infrastructure. And what I mean by infrastructure is, and we've talked about this in other videos before, but basically your foundation that you stand on. Your ability to be resilient, or to make positive choices, or to make the right choices and feel good about how you perceive and receive the world, has a lot to do with your infrastructure. And this goes right back to the 5 areas of health that we talked about, which is your physical level. Like, where is your body at? This is the vehicle, and your brain and the chemicals that are released in your brain are all connected to how we emotionally feel and perceive about life, and hence how we respond to that, because sometimes it's hard to make the right choice. And a lot of that comes down to our resilience. So in order to become more resilient, we have to have the right infrastructure. And if it starts by, it's 9:30 p.m. and it's rolling around, I'm starting to feel tired. Should I stay up and watch Game of Thrones? Should I stay up and get on social media? Or should I go to bed early? The question is, what's going to add the most value in your life? And most of us know that we need more sleep. So getting to sleep on time is going to help create that more positive, resilient infrastructure. So if you just practice this one simple thing, I think it's going to make a huge difference. Currently in my life, it's the #1 most important thing that has made the most positive difference in my life. And it isn't as easy to get started started with. Sometimes it's just breaking it down and starting with, say, your diet or your bedtime. And we talked about that too, and how to master any new habit or any new resolution or goal you might have. So it might take one step at a time, but if you continue to do this and you continue to sort of pile it on one step at a time, you begin to get stronger. And my friend asked me, well, doesn't that become too much or overwhelming? Isn't that taking on too much and like it's just not healthy or good for you? And I describe it as this: if you are starting to work out and you've never worked out in your life before, using 5-pound dumbbells might be really, really difficult. But imagine that you continue to work out regularly on a daily basis and you continue to do your best. As we all know, if we continue to work out consistently and we do our best at it, we're going to improve. And maybe a year or two down the line, 25-pound dumbbells doing the same exercises like curls or back rows, it's going to be just as easy, or if not easier, than when you did it with 5-pound dumbbells. And 5-pound dumbbells feel like nothing. And just like mental and emotional health, we grow the same way in continuing to add a little bit more to our plate and to be able to be resilient. But you do need that right infrastructure. Just like working out, you could work yourself to death, and if you don't get the right diet, food, and sleep, then it's going to be really hard to improve and get better, and you create a lot of acidity and inflammation goes on, and then working out doesn't feel good. So same goes for mental and emotional health. And so I hope with this small thought, you guys find a lot of value in it, just like I have. It was a really fun thing to think about and go over, and just something that I wanted to share with you guys today. So thank you so much for being here. If you did like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let me know what adds the most value to your life. What is the single most important thing that you feel like you do right now that makes a positive difference in the comments below. If you've just subscribed, welcome to the family. Thank you so much for being here. And if you haven't, subscribe so that you don't miss any more videos. Remember, be good, be great, be grateful, and thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys so much, and yeah, happy Minimalist Monday. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.